What are you hoping to change for future generations of lawyers? And what does that path to change sort of look like? And what do you hope that the DRI can accomplish in the next coming years?
That is a great and very difficult, hard question, but I will do my best.
I know I'm asking hard questions, but
COVID, as awful as it was in so many ways, I do think there was a side benefit to actually showing law firms people don't have to be sitting at their desk every day, all day long to be a good lawyer. I think in particular for women who have kids, that flexibility is huge. So what has, I think, been hard for me to watch personally over the last 20 some years is really amazing women who, for whatever reason in their firm, get to a point where they just can't, they can't do it anymore. Part of that's because of just flexibility issues. Part of it is some firms just, there's just a model, and if you're not fitting in the model of what a lawyer needs to do, it doesn't necessarily work. So I think that as we continue on in the future, I think that there will be hopefully more continued flexibility so that one person's law practice doesn't necessarily have to look exactly like someone else's law practice and still be successful. When I was a young partner, I was getting really, really involved in DRI at that point. I got married. I had a young baby, and I got married and had a kid later in life. So I was in a little bit different. I was already a partner, so that also helps. But I was really committed to and really wanted to ultimately be on the DRI board and be an officer in DRI, and I knew that was a goal of mine. And I just got to talk about mental health. I got to a point where I felt so stressed trying to do a young kid, a fairly new marriage, a full-time partner law firm, and all the DRI. I just said, I need something different. So I, worked on an arrangement with my firm where I just had a different compensation structure, a different billable hour requirement, but it allowed me to happily do the things I needed to do while still being a full partner in my firm, having a successful career. And then, once things calmed down a little bit, I was able to sort of come back into the mix. And that shouldn't be an unusual situation. I know for a lot of my friends that are women, even having that type of conversation is difficult. And there's sort of this, and not all places certainly, but there's almost a perception of if you're not 100%, you're not committed enough, or you're not serious enough, or you're not dedicated enough to be whatever. And so I think that trying to change the model of how things have to be a little more flexible, appreciate, and I will say everything I do a lot of reading and listening about the younger generations. They are going to want something different than what we have grown up with. It's just, they get a lot of complaints about this next generation, but I think to a certain extent, wow, they're, maybe they have it a little bit better than we do in terms of how they're approaching their life. And not everybody wants to be a partner, and that's okay. And not everybody wants to, work a billion hours, and that's okay. You can still be happy and successful. Certainly there will always be people who want to do that, but I don't think that has to be the only path to be happy and successful as a lawyer. So I hope that continues to grow and change, and we continue to be more flexible than I think we were many, many years ago.